स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. Readings from the Towards the Goal Supreme by Swami Vireshananda ji Maharaj. There is no other task in the world which is so difficult as the control of the mind. Sri Ramachandra said to Hanuman, one may cross the seven seas by swimming, suck in all the air, and play at ball with the mountain, but it is more difficult than all of these to control the restless mind. There is, however, no reason to fear or to grow despondent, even if this be so. The heroic aspirant can accomplish the impossible through the grace of God. If he struggles and performs spiritual practice, heart and soul, with infinite perseverance and firm resolution, relying on Him. Time is fleeting like the wind. Life is on the wane every moment. Life is but another name of death. There is no knowing when this body will drop off. So you should always be prepared for the call of death. Do not spend your time in vain. Do not put off any indispensable duty to some future time. Even from this very moment, you should try to accumulate something for the future life. Riches and property are resources for this world alone. They will not accompany you after death. Spiritual practice and prayer are the resources for the hereafter. They are really your possession, which you cannot take along with you. However little that provision may be, nothing of it will be in vain. With its help, you will have advanced that much further along the way. Japa, meditation, ritualistic worship, prayer, recollectedness, reading sacred books, association with holy men, godly conversation, retiring into solitude, and thinking spiritual thoughts, whichever of these attracts you according to mood and opportunity and gives you joy, take advantage of that and do that. But meditation and japa are the main things. Never miss them for a single day. However occupied you may be, or even in times of sickness and infirmity, in misfortune or calamity. In such circumstances, if you cannot or do not find it convenient to carry on your practice in full measure, make salutation and pray and do japa for at least 10 or 15 minutes. Whatever be the time you devote to japa and meditation, even if it be only 10 or 15 minutes, do it with all your heart and soul. The Lord is the indweller, the inner guide. He sees your heart. His measure is not how long you meditate on Him, nor how many times you do japa, but your inner longing. Meditation and japa can be practiced at all times, at all places, and in all conditions. Persons who have perfected themselves in meditation can, by drawing their minds within themselves, feel such solitude even amidst the din and uproar of the marketplace that nothing can interrupt their one-pointedness. They remain the same in happiness and misery, in prosperity and adversity, in praise and blame. In the early stages, japa and meditation should be practiced according to routine. The mind is by nature averse to work and exertion, and very often feels excuses to avoid and shirk them. It will run about in other direction instead of doing the task to which you set it. If you do not keep it engaged in any task, it will lead you into all manner of worthless and mischievous things. So it is rightly said, the idle mind is the devil's workshop. In order to bring it under control, it must be forcibly bound by a set of hard and fast rules. After proper deliberation, draw up such a daily routine as will be practicable for you to observe, and resolve firmly that whatever be the situation in which you may find yourself, or whatever other work may turn up, you will never fail to observe the routine you have framed. Such steadfastness and determination are essential to spiritual practice. Meals, recreation, study, exercise, sleep, work, meditation, and spiritual practices, and even the amusement and fun, sports and play. Indeed, all kinds of healthy activity should have their fixed time. If you spend your days in desultory fashion, life will be wasted. After drawing up a routine, you should admonish the mind severely, saying to it, "Look here, old fellow, whether you like it or not, you will have to observe these rules. For some time the mind will prove obdurate and unmanageable, will resist all your attempts to induce it to work, and will run away in different directions. You should, however, never give up the effort to bring it back forcibly and put it to work, coaxing it at the same time. Moreover, keep watch to see that the work is being properly done. Taming the mind is like the taming of a wild animal. It requires infinite patience, perseverance, and willpower. When the mind at last discovers that there is no way of escape, it will cease playing monkey tricks, and being obedient will quietly do your bidding. This is called Abhyasa Yoga, the path of repeated practice. Know that there is no other way than this to bring the mind under control. Practice japa and meditation every day, at least for some time. When you fail to do so, ask yourself, is it want of time or want of heart? You manage to find time for every kind of work, however trivial it may be, and yet you do not get time for practicing japa and meditation for an hour or so. As water is necessary to quench thirst and food to satisfy hunger, as breathing is necessary for life, japa and meditation, prayer and spiritual practices are just as necessary, if not more so, for the realization of the highest truth. A feeling of wanting Him has to be created. This will come gradually through daily practice, and power will be accumulated by it. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।